Boy, I bet Gerald Duran drinks a lot of milk to stay in shape for all those athletic events.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Oh, Katie, how long is he going to stay with us?
Well, your father wants to talk to him, and he has to pass his physical examination.
Hey, Steve! Is he here yet? No, but he's due pretty soon. Wow!
Would you like some milk and cookies, Georgie?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Thanks. I never met anybody that was going to West Point before. Did you? Well, heck no. But in the Duran family, they've been doing it for 7 generations. Man!
Gerald's father is General Duran you read about in the newspapers.
No kidding?
No kidding.
Yeah, and Gerald's practically famous as an athlete himself. Right, Katie?
Well, he does seem to have won quite a few trophies and medals, according to the General.
We didn't miss him, do we? Is he here yet? No, not yet. Come on in, you guys.
Would you like milk and cookies?
Yeah, please. Thanks. Hey, it's all over school. You're having a star athlete visit you. Yeah? What does he look like? Well, I don't know. I never met him before. And neither did my dad. That's why he's coming to visit us. If he passes his physical examination, my dad will appoint him to West Point.
He's here! He's here! A taxi just drove up outside. Oh, boy! He's here!
Boys, if you stampede, you will trample each other. Gee.
Wow.
Man, look at it. How nice to have you here, Gerald. Come in.
Oh, I'm not Gerald. This is Gerald.
Hi.
Gee, you're skinny.
I'll be seeing you around here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for carrying my gear.
Well, that's okay. So long.
One of my classmates. I got a little airsick on the plane, and he helped me with my things.
Well, I hope you're feeling better now, Gerald. Won't you come in? Boys, the bags.
They're pretty heavy.
This doesn't feel heavy to me.
That's enough, Danny.
Is there a window open someplace?
No, we like to keep them open where the weather is pleasant. Are you chilly?
Oh, it's probably just one of my colds. Oh, I better lie down for a while after I take my pills.
Pills?
Oh, every hour on the hour.
Stephen and Danny show Gerald to his room. There's a glass in the guest bathroom to take your pills.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you're sure it's a clean glass?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, good. Can't be too careful about germs.
Man, he's the crummiest athlete I ever saw.
One thing I'm sure of, his mother could not possibly be Swedish. Danny, it's not polite to stare.
I can't help it. I'm trying to figure out where all his muscles are.
For Pete's sake, Danny. Will someone please tell him to stop making such crude remarks?
That is no way to talk about a future West Pointer, Danny.
But he's too skinny to be an athlete.
That's enough, Danny.
You don't have to be muscle-bound to be a great athlete. Right, Jerry?
Right, Steve.
And Jerry sure has the trophies to prove it. Well, he brought a whole suitcase full of them. He must have about a dozen.
A dozen and a half.
Very impressive.
And he has a whole bunch of medals, too. Well, how come you're not wearing them?
Oh, I am.
Well, how come you're not wearing them on the outside?
Because I don't want to be a show-off, for gosh sakes.
Doesn't sound as if you caught cold after all, Gerald.
Well, sure. Anyone can be a little chilly.
Are you feeling better?
For now, thanks. But who knows what tomorrow may bring.
Hey, Jerry, wake up. We're going to be late. Jerry? Is something wrong?
I feel terrible.
When is Dad going to point him to West Point?
Well, Gerald still has physical examination, and when he passes that, your father will make appointment public.
All the lousy luck. Jerry's got one of his colds.
Will he be coming down for breakfast?
No, he said to tell you he thinks he better have breakfast in bed.
Oh, this is beginning to sound serious.
He'd like bacon, scrambled eggs, and 2 pieces of toast with jelly.
It is beginning to sound not so serious. Excuse me, I think I will have a talk with the boy.
Oh, come in.
Good morning, Gerald. Stephen tells us you're not feeling very well.
I feel terrible. Better not get too close. Germs.
Only close enough to take your temperature.
Oh, you don't have to take my temperature. You can take my word for it. I've got one, for gosh sakes.
We all have temperature, Gerald. I just want to see if yours is above normal.
Well, of course it is. Why, this is probably one of the worst colds I've ever... Oh, your hand feels nice and cool.
So does your forehead.
Well, you know how it is with jungle diseases. Fever one moment, chills the next.
Jungle diseases?
I think my father's a carrier. He had a command in the South Pacific. Well, I wouldn't want it to get out, though. I mean about him being a carrier of dread jungle diseases.
Your temperature is below normal.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Why afraid?
It means I'm losing strength. At least a fever would indicate I was fighting the infection.
Katie, you could be a first-rate diagnostician.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. He's malingering, as you suspected. But physically, he's just as healthy as Steve. Oh, he could use a little exercise.
Exercise? But he gets plenty of exercise. As a matter of fact, he's quite an athlete. You know, all those trophies and medals.
They're his?
Yeah.
Strange. Something about this doesn't quite add up, does it?
No, it does not.
Why don't you put on your psychologist's hat and figure out why he's pretending to be sick when he's perfectly well?
An excellent suggestion, Doctor.
Well, good luck, Katie.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Come in. Oh.
I just talked to the doctor.
Oh, he's a quack. Ought to be reported to the Medical Association, for gosh sakes.
He has been the Morley family physician for years.
Well, he tried to diagnose my case without a Vanderburg test or an icterus index.
Well, imagine that.
Hey, what are you doing with my pills?
I'm going to throw them out.
Well, you can't do that. I need them.
For what, Gerald? It seems that you are suddenly well. Your voice is back to normal. You have strength to sit up.
It's my last ounce of strength. Now the decline is setting in.
Out of bed, young man.
What are you trying to do? You want me to catch triple pneumonia?
Even for you, triple pneumonia would be difficult, unless, of course, you had 3 lungs. Out. Now, Gerald, would you like to tell me why you pretend to be sick when you're not? Or would you like to wait till Mr. Morley comes home this evening from the office?
Some choice, for gosh sakes.
I'm listening.
Well, this'll come as a shock, but I don't want to go to West Point.
You don't?
Well, I know, it's a sacrilege, but I don't want to go.
How will pretending to be sick keep you out of West Point?
Well, simple. If Mr. Morley sees I'm a puny mess, he'll figure I'm simply not West Point material. Ergo, no appointment.
Well, why do you not want to go to a military academy?
Who needs all that drilling and parades and athletics and junk like that?
Athletics and junk? Well, I thought you liked athletics. All these medals and your trophies.
They're not mine.
Not yours.
Well, they're mine. I mean, I didn't steal them, but I didn't win them.
Where did you get them?
From the guys at school. See, my dad always wanted me to make the team. Any team. You know, his son, the athlete.
Yeah, so?
Well, I'm terrible at sports, but I'm kind of a brain. So one day I made a deal with our star swimmer. I wrote an English composition for him, and he gave me one of his trophies.
But that is not honest.
But it made the general happy. I mean, I sent it to him, and he got so excited, he called me all the way from Siam, for gosh sakes, by telephone.
And that is how you got all these trophies?
Well, yeah, it got to be the thing around school. Get out and win a medal for the general. Rah, 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 ziz, boom, bah.
How long has this been going on?
3, 4 years. Got out of hand. I kept hoping Dad would come home one year and I'd get him in a good mood and we'd have a big laugh over it.
How long since you've seen your father?
Oh, not since I was about 14. Now, he's always been stationed overseas, for gosh sake.
Gerald, sooner or later you're going to have to tell your father about all this deceit.
I vote for making it later. A lot later. When I've got my full growth.
When Mr. Morley comes home, we will see how he votes. But I warn you, one of his favorite sayings is, the time is now.
Just great, for gosh sakes. How are you? Another medal? Wow. No, I didn't read about it. Yeah, well, sure. I'm looking forward to West Point. Dad, there's something What? Well, sure, I'm getting in shape. Dad, there's something What? Well, sure, I want to know what you got your medal for. Bravery? In peacetime? Oh, it was nothing. It's been swell talking to you. Yeah. Congratulations on your medal. Yeah, I'll tell him. So long, Dad. He said to thank you for my appointment. Okay, so I couldn't do it. I didn't have the guts.
All right, Gerald, that's enough horsing around.
You have gotten yourself into quite a bit of trouble, young man.
Yeah, I know.
You had a chance to square things with your father, and you booted it.
Real good.
Would you like to know what is going to happen now?
No, sir. And that's the truth.
You have been very busy showing me what bad West Point material you are. Starting first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to show you what good material you can be. Go ahead, try. One.
Two.
I couldn't do one more if my life depended on it.
You don't think maybe that one's too heavy for him, do you?
I think maybe you're correct, Mr. Morley. Are there any more at home like him?
Surely he'll be able to manage those pulleys, won't he, Fred?
I wouldn't count on it.
All the way home in the car yesterday, he kept muttering something about Chinese torture. But I'm hopeful that he'll stick to it, at least long enough to find out that he can do more than 2 push-ups.
Well, I think he's more athletic than he pretends to be.
More than he knows. His father used to tell me that as a boy, Gerald talked constantly of going to West Point.
What made him change his mind?
As he grew up, he came to realize that he could never become the athlete his father was.
So he made up his mind not to compete with his father at all.
That's what I suspect. And if he doesn't cope with it now, he will be running from it the rest of his life.
Yeah.
You know, when I was first asked to run for Congress, I almost said no.
Because of your father?
My father, the senator. Gerald's father, the general. It's not easy.
I can imagine.
By the way, where is Gerald? I told him I'd drop him off at the gym on the way to the office.
Well, I expect him down shortly.
Hey, guess what? Gerald wants his breakfast in bed again, for gosh sake.
Oh, he does, huh?
What is it this time?
He says he's so stiff from all that exercise yesterday, he can't even get out of bed.
I am going up and tell that boy a few of the facts of life.
Mr. Morley, wait.
Yes, Katie?
I do not want to interfere, but I think I have an idea.
About how to handle this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you interfere away, because I have other things to attend to. What's your plan?
It starts with serving him breakfast in bed. After you've had your breakfast, I will give you a nice alcohol drop.
You will?
Yeah, then nice hot bath with Epsom salt for soaking.
No kidding.
Yeah, then back to Betty Bye with heating pad.
You mean I don't have to go down to the gym again this morning?
Oh, of course not.
Boy, things sure have changed around here since yesterday, for gosh sakes.
Well, yesterday we did not realize how delicate you are. Here, try to eat this.
What's that?
Oh, it's nice milk toast. It will go down easily so it will not upset your poor little stomach. Try to eat. For me?
Oh, what's that, for gosh sake?
Orange juice with cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil?
Full of lovely vitamin D to build a poor, puny, weak boy. Oh, comfy?
Yeah.
Warm enough?
I'm roasting with all this stuff on.
And it will protect you from the breeze.
Well, hey, hold it. I'm not an invalid, for gosh sakes.
Gerald, how brave you are to bear it all without complaining. Here is your supper, Gerald. Nice, tasty broth with dry toast.
Well, I'm well enough to come down to dinner, for gosh sakes.
You poor, brave baby. You're much too weak for all those stairs.
Well, that's because I haven't had enough to eat. I mean, milk toast and juice and...
It's easy to digest, so it will not hurt your poor stomach muscles. Is bib too tight?
No.
Oh, Gerald, it's a good thing we discovered in time you are not cut out to be a soldier. West Point would be the worst possible place in the world for you.
It would?
Yeah. You're not cut out to compete with your father. You're cut out to be pampered, petted, spoiled all your life. Well, I must leave. Roast beef dinner is getting cold.
How come Gerald isn't eating?
He's not feeling well.
He should eat. He's skinny.
Yeah, sure feel sorry for Gerald. Must be awfully lonesome up there. I wonder what he's doing.
Well, Stephen, I hope he's doing a lot of thinking.
I just want you all to know that I know what's been going on around here, for gosh sakes.
Gerald, you should not be up.
You think I should carry him back upstairs?
You've been using reverse psychology on me. That's what you've been doing.
Really?
That's what she's been doing. All day she's been doing it, for gosh sakes. You've been trying to make me feel like some moldy weakling.
Why would I want to do a thing like that?
To shame me, to humiliate me, that's why. There's no use denying it.
Then I don't deny it.
You don't?
You are absolutely right. I have been trying to shame you.
Right, because you want me to prove I'm as good West Point material as the next guy.
Right.
Right, as good as my father.
Right.
Well, I am.
Right.
Right, and anybody who says I'm not is going to... What?
The only one who hasn't known that is you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, for gosh sakes. For gosh sakes. And you know something else? I'm starving. I'd like a nice thick slice of that roast beef. Please, sir?
Yes,
very
sir.
rare. And some vegetables and some brown potatoes coming with it. And there's one other thing that I'd like everybody here to know.
Yeah, what is that, Gerald?
That I'm going to be the best cadet there ever was. Right?
Right.
Right.
Correction. I'm going to be the best cadet that I can be.
I admire your determination, Gerald. It's very Swedish.
You don't even look skinny in it.
Where are your medals?
He's probably wearing them on the inside.
Now, boys, Gerald hasn't been at West Point nearly long enough to win any medals yet.
Look at those two lovely marks he's earned on his sleeve. What do they stand for, Gerald?
They mean I'm a corporal, for gosh sakes.
Oh, your father must be one proud general.
He is. I'm just fair at athletics, but my grades have been, well, sensational. So you know what he goes around bragging about?
What?
My son, the brain.
Katy's the farmer's daughter. You can't resist that gal. She's country style but city design. Got a smile that's sprinkled with sunshine. Look at the farmer's daughter. She'll perk up your morale. Her brand of charm is so disarming. Frowns turn upside down. The old Odette to Sweden. She's just what we've been needing. So glad the farmer's daughter came